sparkles of light, it's CherryEnchantress with my annual Twin Flame Channelversary reading. This channel, now I call it, it's still CherryEnchantress, Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust, and I'm the Romantic Fairy. So a good way to find me is just look for the Romantic Fairy. Do all kinds of readings, but romance, always been on my number one. From the very first reading that I ever did, I did a Twin Flame reading, and so every year I do another Twin Flame reading in memory of that very first one. And I just want to say thank you all, especially my members, my subscribers, all the loyal followers, and everyone who loves this channel and has supported me along the way. So as usual, I have 3 piles here, and the same 3 candles that I used for my very first reading. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Within each pile, we'll have some very unique cards that no one's ever seen yet, sneak previews of my upcoming future decks that I'm creating, and so you know what to do. Let's push out all that excitement and that breath and take a deep breath through your nose. Close your eyes, release your breath through your mouth. Now open your eyes and let them be drawn to the pile that's calling you. Pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. Ready? Let's begin. And here is pile 1. Alright, so in pile 1, let's see what we have, and then we'll get to look at our additional cards. We have from the Fairy Forecast deck a Fated Meeting coming up. So Fated Meeting coming up for you, and this represents that a serendipitous event. This represents sometimes it's like bumping into each other. In the Twin Flame journey, sometimes before the journey even begins, we have something that's called the glimpse. So it's where you meet this person and you have like an amazing moment. Sometimes it's more than a moment, sometimes it's a date, sometimes something more than that happens, and then some reason there's a separation, or you lose track of each other, and you can never forget this person. They always stay on your mind, and oftentimes that's how the Twin Flame starts. And then the yearning begins, but sometimes there is no glimpse, or necessarily a glimpse like that. The yearning begins, there's some kind of life change, and the yearning begins, and you're calling to this Twin Flame, and then a serendipitous event occurs where you get to meet. But oftentimes the first meeting doesn't even happen in the 3D physical plane. Sometimes it happens in other dimensions. But there could be layers of the physical dimension as well. And in a way, the Twin Flames are kind of all dimensions at once, because this is a soul that is part of you, and it comes from the same source. And so the Fated Meeting, this is a deck that I designed myself, and I designed the Fated Meeting after a dream that I had where it was a beautiful dream. I'll kind of skim through the beginning part, but there's a beautiful woman in a beautiful marble halls, and she gets in a carriage, and it's a sled at first, and it's in winter, and then it goes through the seasons as it goes down the street, like a cobblestone, very old-fashioned, with trees on either side of the street, tree-lined street, all the way into the town. And as they head to the town, she and whoever is in the sled with her, once they arrive at this town, then the horses and carriage take over the sled, and then they clop along the cobblestones. And this is all in my dream, you guys. And then they start to raise up off the ground and start to go around and around in a spiral circular motion. As I'm dreaming it doesn't look like this distance. It's like right there, and I'm like flying past the Big Ben big clock, and all I can see is really the horse's head. So I am the feminine in the dream, and there's somebody next to me. Now I can't tell who the person is next to me. I don't see their face, see maybe brown hair, and that's about it. And then I'm just going around and around and around, ascending, and literally bubbles come out at the same time as I'm ascending. So to me, it's one of the most beautiful dreams I've ever had in my life. I wrote it down, made sure I would never forget it, and it's been an inspiration to this deck and an inspiration to the twin flame journey and the whole concept behind divine timing, fated meetings, serendipity, things like that. All right, so let's see what else we have. These are other decks that I created. This one is from the Flesh Tarot, and we have the Lovers. So Lovers, very beautiful. They represent, of course, union, coming together. This could be a union. This fated meeting doesn't have to be the first time, or it doesn't have to be at the beginning of the knowing of the twin flame. It could be see, you could be in lots of levels. Whoever am I talking to out there, you could be watching this and haven't yet met your twin flame, and you just feel like they're out there somewhere, or you've been on this twin flame journey and maybe have yet to come into union or made physical contact. There's so many levels to this journey, and most of the journey is basically the journey itself and not the destination. But it's always sort of a relief when we can see sort of a destination or an end in sight, or a climax or a culmination or a union or coming together. So it feels like there's about to be some kind of coming together situation for the two of you. Everything having to do with twin flames feels like a situation. Doesn't ever seem sort of like a relationship, a typical one where you date people, the 3D kind of stuff, the matrixy stuff. It's not really, doesn't follow along those kind of rules and those kind of lines. And that can be very frustrating for a lot of people out there who kind of just want something a little bit more typical and more traditional, and it's not really that, but it is beautiful and it is divine. All right, so this is my new enchanted romance tarot. Let me just show you before, and look at this card that came out for everybody to. This is just a reinforcement of how this couple is divinely connected, because and the priest is kind of looking at me as if there's a bit of resistance, because some kind of taboo possibly. But anyway, this is the latest deck. I'm awaiting makeplayingcards.com to see if they approved it. I haven't checked lately. I need to go check. But it's gorgeous with this rainbow edged, and it's going to be called Rainbow. And the cards, all the images are really high resolution and very nicely made. It's just very nicely made with this really beautiful cardboard box. So it's going to be a very nice deck for anyone to purchase. So let's see what you have here. And you have the 10 of Cups. And I was reviewing last year's, and 10 of Cups came out in pile number 3. So if pile number 3 was your pile last year and pile number 1 is your pile this year, there could be some real strong indication that you found your pile. 10 of Cups represents the all-encompassing contentment. There is just nothing better. It just feels like everything is going your way. Everything is feeling all right, All right, and then this is the Enchanted Kiss, which is not for sale, but and I was gonna dust them off. They're getting kind of dusty here. Anyway, the message to you is you're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be. So especially for those of you who know you're a twin flame, know this person out there, there could be a message from them saying that that if you've already had this glimpse together, you've already had this moment where you've been together in some way, then that's an unforgettable way that that it's kind of like they can't forget that feeling of being like heavenly energy, this divine, this this feeling like they've never felt before. So that's there. All right, okay, I'm so excited for some of my new cards. So here is a very large printout of the Prince from my upcoming Lenormand deck. So my Lenormand is complete. Now I just have to upload it all into Make Playing Cards, and I'm designing the booklet now, but I have all the images finally done, and I'm very excited about how it's turned out. So it's a really beautiful deck in my opinion. And in Lenormand we have the gentleman and the lady, which represent you as the querent, whether you're male or female, or if you consider yourself masculine or feminine, and not gender specific, but that is the Prince. And so basically that's all the Prince is, represents how you see yourself. Are you the divine masculine, or is the divine masculine seeking you, reaching their hand out to you? So that could be an indicator that the masculine is going to reach out to you. And also, just recently, I've been doing a lot of work on my upcoming tarot deck. I'm not real sure what I'm calling it. I think it's going to be Romantic Fairy Tarot. No, Romantic Fairy Tarot, yes, Archetypes. Or Romantic Fairy Archetypes, I don't know. No, but it's the archetype deck, because each of the major arcana is now devoted to an archetype. The sun represents the actor. So the person in your life could be, you could be this, the person in your life could be this, or it could represent what the actor symbolizes. That in some ways you can sort of see yourself in a play, and you know, it's not like you're being fake, but there's a part of you that sees kind of the comedy and the tragedy in the situation, you know, as it plays out. And it's just basically, it's kind of like doing your part too. There's things that you just have to do, and sometimes you have to step outside your comfort zones and do the things that you didn't expect you needed to do. Now also, the actor can represent that you have to act as if as well when it comes to manifesting. It's one of those steps in manifesting, being grateful for what you already have and acting as if you already have what you're wanting. So acting as if is also a very good step to take in manifesting. And it's not, I know it feels like you're being delusional, and it's not about that, because there's a rational mind that's watching you too. Like, you see yourself, and it's not like you and you don't judge yourself. This is, your higher self does not judge yourself. The higher self is saying you are playing like a child, like the innocent child that plays and imagines. That person, that child, has a creativity and has an ability to manifest way stronger than any of us, because of their innocence and their ability to manifest. So they're just their way that they believe so freely in these things. And so there is magic in that. There's a creativity and there's a magic in that. You could get lost, and you don't want to get lost in the creativity of it, but with the right amount of groundedness and balance, I think it's a beautiful tool to use for creating and attracting that which you want in your life. So the acting as if can be quite helpful. All right, so but use it with with caution and balance. Don't overdo it. All right, so I did go ahead and pull out an erotic enchantments card. So what's coming up next? All right, so we have star-crossed. I feel like, it's kind of Romeo and Juliet here. Star-crossed lovers. Something, well, maybe I won't cover her face. Maybe something about this connection. For those of you who feel like you've been in a connection for a little while, and oh, look how his hand is reaching out. You guys are very close to getting physical, for grabbing each other, holding each other in a physical sense. Maybe there's this feeling like you lost something, but it's coming back somehow. The star represents hope and dreams coming true. And if the stars cross, sometimes there's a bit of obstacles and confusion mixed in. But I think that part of it is fading away, because it starts off with a faded meeting, so it feels like this is coming back into your situation, like you've been searching for this person. Also, this could be for a lot of people who are at the beginning stages of the twin flame journey, and you've been searching for someone, and you're finally attracting this. You've been reaching out, you've been yearning. So you could be in the yearning phase, some of you. But those of you who've been in this situationship could be coming to a point where there's a physical connection again, or for the first time, or whatever. But there is a reaching out, and then there's a grabbing, like taking hold. And it feels like the energy's coming from the masculine, like the action is going to become from the masculine, which is ideal, because the masculine's natural energy is to be an action-oriented energy, and the feminine's natural energy is receptive. Although you definitely can take turns with your yin-yanginess, and one may be in action and one may be in reception, and it really just depends on, timing, the stars, the alignments of things. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is so serendipitous. We're in a blue full moon right now, and it could be the very thing that brings the two of you together. So I have two little cards. One is, this is the Sentimental Silhouettes pastel that I promised I was going to make iridescent, and I did. And here's one of those new cards. I'm so excited about this one, but I'm not so impressed about the iridescent on this. It just kind of loses some of the wording, so I'm going to do a new version of this. But anyway, the words here say, divine timing. I feel that everything will fall into place just at the right time. And this is the masculine. Well, it could be the feminine or masculine, but the original title of the Sentimental Silhouettes was His Feelings. So his feeling is that there is a divine timing happening here, and everything's going to happen in just the right place and time. And then your enchanted embrace, to match the enchanted kiss, is, I would walk 500 miles to be with you. So there you go. I feel like this is definitely the masculine is walking towards you, and he'll go all 500 miles to get to you. So there's one more deck left that I have that I made. It's called Cherry on Top, and it's about characteristics. It's kind of a random fun thing, but I will see what words come out for maybe your person. We'll see. Let's see. If you don't know this person, maybe this will be the cherry on top that tells you who they are. Water sign, maybe kind. Fire sign too, maybe creative. And fire, sexy. Okay, very nice. All right, so let's get a few little charms as well. Last year I did some of those little baby charms. This year I'm back to the big bowl. Okay, so we have special, and one of the things that I added to the big bowl was fresh words. So I threw out all the old words and I bought some fresh words. Special, listen, and thing. Ooh, special, listen, thing. All right. And Pumpkin's right here with me. Can't sit on my lap because of the way I'm positioned. And I'm in a new location this year because of air conditioning situations. And we had a hurricane. But still, nothing's going to stop us, right? The show must go on. And we have the Eiffel Tower. Could be some traveling. The Eiffel Tower can mean many things. Definitely one is traveling. France. This is the one that's very sparkly. I like that one. It could also mean that this is like the transmitter tower and sending signals out into the universe. So whatever you transmit to the universe, then the satellite will send it back to you. It's very simple, the whole law of attraction thing. You just send out a signal and the universe will be like, oh, okay, here you go, you know. And then look at that. We have this represents to me the rider, like in the Lenormand, and the rider is it represents or signifies to me news, announcements, and also in timing it represents soon. So that's one thing we can get out of this reading, maybe that we might not have gotten out of when you know, hear about divine timing. You're like, well, when is this thing going to happen? But I feel like the writer is saying soon. And then we have what is this? Year to date. All right, and you know what the YD can represent people's initials. Your divine also, it can represent lots of things, but year to date makes me think of y'all. You should watch the one last year, or watch all of them. They're all I put the playlist of all my twin flame readings over the years on my channel anniversaries that you can watch just to compare how you're, you know, if you've been on this journey for a while, how has it transformed over the years? You can see what has changed or what stayed the same, and if you pick similar numbers or the similar cards come out, you know, things like that. So we have the windmill, which is the power of air. It could be a lot of air energy in this group, and fire. And then we have the keys to anything. I love these keys. It's kind of gives me like jailer vibes, or, you know, maintenance person vibes, but it also to me represents key to house, key to car, key to lock boxes, just being able to open anything. Then we have the giraffe, tall and beautiful, and we have the snowflake, one of a kind. No two snowflakes are the same. We have, I don't have my cheat sheets on Saint Thomas Aquinas. I feel like he is the patron saint of cooks, but I never really memorized the saints, but I think that's the one. Yes. And then we have wings. So angel wings, people are, you know, your guides, your angels are watching over you. You have dragonfly, which means your ancestors are watching over you. And we have this dragon that represents the CEO, the dynamic masculine energy. So it feels very masculine here. And then you have the shoe, which represents taking a walk, or, you know, somebody walking 500 miles to be with you, you know, or more, you know. The thimble represents protection. You have like this protectiveness around you. And the snake is the golden snake, represents the kundalini energy, this ripple effect going up your spine. It's very sensual, it's very sexy, and you can do all kinds of fun kundalini exercises. Look it up. You really like it. I've been so behind on my kundalini meditations. I really need to do that again. But it aligns all your chakras and it makes you feel really good. There's other things that you can do to help you release your kundalini, like belly dancing and things like that. So the kundalini here. The snake can also represent things like shedding skin and, you know, transformation and coming into a new you. I especially feel like it's a good symbol because it's gold, and that's why I always give the snake positive energy in these charms, because it's the golden snake. Alright, you guys, well, that's the end of your reading pile number 1. You definitely can check out pile number 2 and 3, all 3 of them, or mix and match, or however you want to do it. Thank you so much for stopping by and looking at this, and give it a thumbs up, and make it, add a comment. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've been here a while, thank you so much for coming back, and consider becoming a member. If not, that's okay too, but definitely come out to the live readings. You can, for a very small donation, you can have a really long, exciting reading. Speaking of readings, I'm going to be live in person in Houston at a fairy festival, the Enchanted Fairy Festival in Houston in November. So you might want to come out and see me. And if you see this video, you mention it, you can get a free reading. So come on out and see me. And then so that's all I have to say. I just really appreciate you, and if you want to share this and let your friends know, that can be a great way to spread the word so I can reach more people, because I'm all about just trying to shine the light and spread good vibes and help you with your journey along the way, especially that twin flame journey. So I'm moving on to the next pile, and you can come with me. And here is pile number 2. All right, so let's see what we have. With our fairy forecast, you have Union. Okay, it is time. You're about to come into Union. So, and it's also number 42, which is the answer. So, Union can be lots of things, and depending on where you are on your journey. But I feel like for the most part, whereas pile 1 felt a little more beginner's journey, this pile already is starting to feel like more established. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I just feel like you're more of about to come into a phase where you're going to connect in the physical realm, but not just physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all of it. That's what the union means. It's like marriage too, and some of you could be getting married. The twin flame journey is not necessarily a typical journey where you date and you get married kind of thing, but there are a lot of people out there that do have that experience. I shouldn't say a lot, a few people out there that have that experience. And then there's a lot of people that may confuse like high-level soulmates with twin flames, and that could be what you're experiencing. A very high-level soulmate could be coming in, or you could be with a very high-level soulmate and coming into union. So that's another possibility here. All right, and so for my tarot, I have the Flesh Tarot. Let's see. And you have the Ace of Cups. Very nice. So the Ace of Cups means beginnings. So it could be the beginning of a journey. It could be the beginning of love. It could also be just an overwhelming feeling of love, a joyful, amazing, abundant, just deep emotional feeling that's come over. It's falling in love. So you could be in those phases too. You could be meeting somebody that this happens, in soulmate relationships too. So it doesn't necessarily have to be twin flame, but it could be. But where you meet somebody and you're like, I see my children in your eyes, kind of thing. It feels like that, and that's why I'm connecting the new and the forever together. It's like sometimes that first meeting can sometimes feel like we're gonna get married and we're gonna have babies and all of that. That's that happened to me actually. Somebody, my ex-husband thought that, but anyway, so sometimes it does last forever, and sometimes it's perfect and ideal, and soulmates are really good for each other, and even if they have ups and downs or whatever, they still extremely highly beautifully compatible and feel very joyful. So if you're longing for that kind of connection, or if you're already in that kind of connection, then that's really great. It feels like when you're with this person, sometimes you fall in love all over again with them. And let's see, with our enchanted romance, we have the Lovers. So again, with the union energy, somebody, I think you're getting married. This pile could be getting married. This is my most updated version, Enchanted Romance, with the Romeo and Juliet on the cover, and it's got this beautiful rainbow edge, and I sent it up to make playing cards one more time to see if they approve this. So it could be for sale. I have to double check on that, but it could be for sale, and it comes in this very nice hard book, and with a very beautifully illustrated very deep entailed booklet too. So I made all of that for you, for anyone who loves that kind of thing. All right. And then we have an enchanted kiss message here. So what is your message from your person of interest, whether you know them or not? Don't stop believing. Hold on to the feeling. It's these feelings that you feel when you're together. And so I just feel like there's a promise to the future. The possibilities are there for more of this. All right, so now I'm getting very excited. I'm going to show you some of these new images from my upcoming decks. This is the letter. The letter is a Letterman card, and so I have that deck all finished, all complete, all artwork is done. I have it all sent to makeplayingcards.com, but I'm working on my booklet to go with it. So right now, that's the phase that is in, and I feel 100% sure that this deck will be ready by next year's reading, and in the next coming up months, you'll get to see that one. I also have a deck that I'm working on, which is a tarot deck, and I'm only right now in the Major Arcana, and so you'll see that card in just a minute. But the letter makes me feel like this is kind of I feel like the letter represents reaching out. You know, somebody could be calling you or texting you, or even sending you snail mail. Like, somebody could be reaching out to you, whether you're male or female, masculine or feminine, that depends. But I mean, I feel more of the feminine energy in this one, of course, and most of my viewers are feminine, whether you're male or female, and most of you are female. But that doesn't mean anything. Like, if you resonate with this, you resonate, and that's the most important thing. You have to resonate with your pile and the reading, and if it doesn't resonate, then try to check out another one. But if it does, then let's keep talking about it. This message coming through, this letter, this explanation. This could be a poem. This could be something very heartfelt. It could be the precursor to your union, the vows that you're writing, or something like that. So words are really strong and important in this connection. Okay, you guys, you are like the double lovers and the triple union people, because this is from my upcoming tarot deck. And it's going to be a fairy deck, but it's also an archetype deck. This particular card is not an archetype, but although I do have a lot of archetypes already in the deck. I have the biker, the actor, the Girl Scout leader, and the magician is the magician, and the hermit is the sage. Then I have the high priestess is me, the fairy. And here we have the lovers. The lovers are the lovers are the lovers, always and everywhere in every deck. The lovers represent union. Sometimes they represent choices, but I feel like I like the more romantic idea of the lovers. Two parts coming together, creating a whole. This overlapping energy where the two colors that blend together create a purple color. And the lovers, they're in like a Garden of Eden, and they're blessed. They're blessed by the fairies. They're blessed, and they have joy. They have peace and joy, and they are fulfilled. The other fun fact about my upcoming tarot deck is I'm using all people in my family. So there's my brother and his wife, and they make the perfect couple to represent the lovers. And as a matter of fact, I see them sort of as twin flames, but I can also see more of the soulmate energy. Like, it feels so like they're so connected, so put together perfectly, but at the same time, twin flames are not necessarily put together like that. I don't know. Sometimes twin flames have to do a whole lot of work separately, and when they come together, there's still more work to be done. Whereas high-level soulmates kind of groove together and are able to make decisions and work on things together and projects and whatever. And soulmates have many different levels. Then this particular romantic soulmate that's like almost twin flame level is kind of like the ideal, I guess, what most people want, because they want that twin flame energy, like you completely me energy, you know, that truly glorious romantic thing. But at the same time, they want the traditional dating, marriage, kids, and the whole works. So, by the way, their child is in pile 1, so go check him out. Anyway, but you know, that's kind of, I think that's kind of the ideal for a lot of people. They're willing to put in the work, but they also want to have some of the traditional things too. And most couples don't want to stay in the 5D. They want to make an established 3D connection, and I think you will. And this pile, whoever you are, I feel like you're gonna get married, you know, or if you're already married, you're just gonna fall in love over and over and over again with your person. I mean, it just is never ending and very happy. And there could be like little wobbles sometimes if you stop believing in something. There could be a message from heaven saying don't stop. There could be a message from the feminine or the masculine saying don't stop, keep believing in us, you know. So there could be some wobbles that happen along the way, but otherwise I think this is a very, very easy, happy, lucky connection. And so I do have an erotic card for you as well, and yours is surrendering the depth and breadth of my being. This is very deep. This romantic connection partly it's a physical spiritual connection. So it's like when you make love, like you go to new heights with this person. A lot of people dream and wish for that, you know, the love-making experience that's transcendent, you know. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's a twin flame relationship either, you know. A very high level soul mate couple can have beautiful love like that, making love in a way that just is so deep. But to be honest, there's a lot of people out there that you can have this with that's not even considered, you know, high level. You know, there's a lot of people you can have this surrender. Sometimes you can have that surrender, and that's the only moment where you're your true selves, right? You're with a person, maybe they're a little toxic, maybe not toxic, but they're kind of, there's frustrations or something's just not going right. It doesn't seem to line up exactly with the twin flame definition, but they don't seem to line up with soulmate, because soulmate seems a little easier, like it's supposed to be a little easier. This one feels different, and yet the physical aspect of the connection is undeniable. So a lot of you could be in that kind of situation possibly too, but I think you know, ultimately I think this is going to be balanced, you know, the whole feeling, the romantic energy, the physical connection, and the ability to be a 3D couple in the 3D plane is all going to be balanced out, which is really nice, I think. And I think it's okay, especially to surrender in a love-making situation. Like maybe you have to hold on to control everywhere else in your life, but if you can let go and surrender in those moments, then you do feel very, like a sense of bliss. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I kept saying, I don't know if you're twin flame, but look at this. This is Sentimental Silhouettes. And I showed you this card last year, how it was pastel. And I told you that this year I'm going to have it metallic. And I did do it. I made it metallic. But I feel like this metallic it just washes it out too much. So probably going to go back to I'm making a new deck version of this without the metallic. But anyway, the twin flame card came out for you, and it is saying, like a great storm, the two of us shake the tree of life down to the hidden fiber of its roots. My one, my life, my other half. So there you go. Like, that's the other thing about twin flames. Sometimes people doubt it, and when they doubt it, there's this the feeling that comes right back that says, don't stop believing. This is the real deal. This is the twin flame. And cherry on top, which is coming soon, that you will have union, and you'll have a union, a physical union where you could get married. And then your enchanted embrace message is, I can't help falling in love with you. Like this is the falling in love over and over and over again. Whoever you are, whatever phase you are in your relationship, even if you never get married, you can be with this person. Like Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, I just think of them as like one of the most ideal lovers couples out there, and they didn't get married forever and ever and ever. I think just recently they got married, maybe a couple of years ago, but they had been together for maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 years before. That was a long time. They were together so long before they got married. And same as, there's other people out there that do that too, but I feel like they were definitely one of those perfect soulmate couples. And you don't have to always get married, but and it's like marriage is not necessarily either like, I've achieved all my goals and now I made it to, it's just a destination, but it's not the end, and it's not the be all end all of everything, right? It's glorified and romanticized, but it doesn't have to be that either. It could be just living happily with somebody and feeling great with them. All right, so I was speaking of the cherry on top, and so where did my cherry? There it is. So let's give this a little cherry on top. Let's just get some characteristics just for funsies. I got my cherry nails going on too here. Well, no characteristics want to come out. Okay, Earth, hard worker. What I love about that is that it really feels great. It feels stable. It feels 3D. It feels like you can have all the beautiful woo-woo, love, cushy, spiritual, head in the clouds, whatever energy with this person, and still keep a nice, steady, hard earth energy between you, where your feet, you're grounded. And that's what I was talking about, being balanced. It's like having the earth and having the sky at the same time. It's like being heavenly but also being tangible at the same time. So this is a really lucky pile. It's like having it all, and I feel like a lot of you are already like with this person. You're either leveling up, or you may have dipped into a little doubt phase, and this is saying don't doubt, keep believing, or you've been with this person a while and you want to get married, and so this feels like marriage, or you want to make some kind of vows or commitment to each other of some sort. So let's get the charms and see what else we can find. Sometimes wonder what Pumpkin's thinking when she sits here next to me and I'm just talking into this phone. She just likes the sound of my voice, I guess. Okay, look. Oh, birthday love. Now. All right, somebody. Well, happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is today. It's my birthday. It's my channelversary. And happy birthday to... happy any special, your special occasions, those occasions out there that you have that are significant to you, like when I started this channel, or when you first met a person. Sometimes that can mean more to you than the your anniversary of your marriage. There's lots of really cool anniversaries out there. But so yeah, somebody, something new is happening though in this energy right now, or somebody that could be a Leo, or could be having a birthday around this time. I think we're moving pretty close to Virgo energy, so Leos or Virgos, yeah. And then with this blue moon, it's like miracles can happen, and we have so we have the lock. Your heart was locked. Maybe somebody's gonna open it. maybe somebody else's heart's locked and it won't be locked anymore. This represents the throne, the divine masculine or feminine throne. We have the 4-leaf clover, good luck. We have, I think this is St. Christopher's. I recognize that staff. Yeah, so, oh no, it's San Juan from Puerto Rico. And we have the number 15. We have letter H. We have dumbbells representing strong. We have the key to the royal suite. That could be a rendezvous getaway. You could be traveling. Somebody could be traveling to you. And also the goat represents climbing and ambition and reaching higher heights. This could be a very ambitious love, and it's just getting better and better. And then for a few of you, it could be that you are the single fairy and you're about to meet this one. It could be a whirlwind romance that turns into some kind of union, some kind of, forever connection. So that's really exciting. I hope you guys like that. Thumbs up if you like that. Hit that little button that has a thumb, and then there's a little confetti party, and then next to, there's somewhere around here, there's a fairy flying around here. You can hit that to subscribe if you're not subscribed. But if you are, thank you so much for coming back. I so appreciate you. Also, consider becoming a member. With memberships, you get free monthly readings that are like really, really discounted, and so that's really nice. Also, speaking of discounted, if you want to come to my lives and just donate a few dollars here and there, you can get some really good readings during my lives on Tuesday and Friday nights. I've been mixing it up a little, doing Saturday mornings, and I'm supposed to go live tonight, but I could possibly change this live to tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. I want to give myself a chance to really celebrate the channelversary. So, but yeah, also if you're interested in a free reading, put your name in the comment section, and I'll put your name in a drawing for a free reading. And also come out and see me. I'm going to be live in person in Houston, Texas at a Enchanted Fairy Festival. So you can come out and get a free reading if you mention my channel, if you mention this reading or any other readings. So say something to let me know you know who I am. And then anyway, but I'd love to see you. So come on out and visit me. So yeah, I hope you like that. Definitely check out pile 1 or 2 as well. You never know what you might get in those piles. You may want to get a full story and start with 1 and then go to 3 and then end up in 2, because this seems like the happily ever after pile. But you know what, if you feel happy here, feels like you like the Wheel of Fortune, and you landed on the 100,000 or whatever the highest score is, 1 million, you landed on the million is what you did. So congratulations, and invite me to your wedding, and thank you for stopping by. I'm going to move on to the next pile, but definitely you can come with me. And here is pile number 3. So let's take a look at your cards. From the Fairy Forest Oracle that I made, you have the Angel's Kiss. Very sweet. Angel's Kiss. Let me see what Angel's Kiss is about. I made this handy dandy booklet too to go with it. And in this booklet I call the Angel's Kiss. This is about, the Fairy forecast is about timing. So Angel's Kiss is saying whether a real life waking kiss or a dream kiss, this soon expected kiss will feel perfectly dreamy with that perfect someone. This is about manifesting physical love or deepening of an already existing love. A kiss in dreams represent communication, and this card also represents a heartfelt talk. So that's very good. You could be communicating with your twin flame or person of interest that is your twin flame, or your twin flame is appearing soon and you're going to be communicating with them somehow or kissing them somehow. Okay, all right. So next we have the Flesh Tarot, and you have the 6 of Cups. That's very cute. I love this image. This makes me laugh. It's like, let me clean your toe. I feel so close to you. I feel like I can clean your toes. Sure. Yeah, you can clean my toes. That feels nice. Anyway, the Six of Cups is very sweet. It is nostalgia. It's remembering the good old days. This could be an old flame coming back into your life. Or this could be somebody that you meet that feels like, have we met before? Something about you seems so familiar. And that's often the way twin flame relationships start. A lot of times they can be soulmate relationships too, because souls reincarnate. You know, we have soul families that reincarnate over and over again. And our soul families sometimes are also our actual families, but a lot of times they're people you meet that are just soul family. They're part of your tribe. They're part of the people who are connected to you. Now, twin flame is not just a soul, like part of your soul family. The twin flame is you. It is your soul. It's like you come from the same source. So that's why it feels like a twin. It's like like when a woman is pregnant with twins. They are the same in the womb. They're two different individuals, and like when you meet twins, they don't act exactly the same, but there's so many things that are alike, and sometimes they finish each other's sentences and things like that. So it's kind of, the twin flame is kind of more a little bit like that. But yeah. But whether this is twin flame or not, it's starting off with this feeling of knowing somebody and a possible kiss. You know how in movies, I love this. There was this really cute romantic movie that I watched. I loved it. It was so cool. There's some movies that are so annoying, but this one was very sweet. So this girl, she's like working with this guy in his farm, and she doesn't know what the heck she's doing, but she's kind of pitiful. Like, she's lost everything, and she has to raise her kids, and she's just trying to find any job that, just to get her on her feet. And so she's willing to learn how to do the farm work, even though she's way, not really physically able, like not normally physically the kind of person that would, she was not very hardy. She's very slim and all that. But anyway, there's a scene that's really cute where she goes to sell some stuff at a county fair, and some girls are laughing at her behind her back, and she's wearing overalls. She's looking cute, but like, kind of grungy in overalls. I don't know. I think she looks cute. But there's always those damn haters out there all the time. Well, the dude, one of the guy that's been training her and teaching her and like taunting her at the same time and being kind of annoying at times, but also, helpful. He notices these girls teasing her, and he hates that. He hates bullies. He hates people being made fun of. And so in front of the girls, he puts on an act with her, and he reaches over to the overalls girls and kisses her, and calls her honey and treats her like she's his girlfriend or whatever. And that really shuts the other girls up really fast. And it's one of those kind of chivalrous things that could actually happen. I mean, I know it's a romantic movie, but anything's possible. And I just thought that's sweet. And they do end up together, even though like initially maybe she didn't think she was his type, and initially he definitely didn't think she was his type. But something so sweet about they're opposite yet the same, and that's kind of how twin flames are. They may be like real different in a lot of aspects, like real opposites, but in a lot of core things so similar, so exactly the same. So there you go. That's one thing here. If you wanted to try to figure out, I have videos out there too that you can help you figure out what you might consider the connection that you have. Like, is this twin flame? Is this soulmate? Is this toxic? What is this? Because sometimes even strange toxic, like borderline toxic relationships can kind of mimic some of the qualities of twin flame. And I know that doesn't sound right, but the reason why is because a lot of people get mad at the certain phases of twin flame, like the separation phase and the runner chaser phase. They feel like that is psychologically wrong. no, if somebody liked me, they're just gonna like me, and that's it. We're not gonna play these games, kind of thing. But the reason why these kind of things are incorporated in the twin flame is a growth experience that's sort of innate in the twin flame relationship. The twin flame relationship or connection or situationship is more about the journey than the destination, and it's more about love and your self-love than anything else, than actual romantic. But some twin flame relationships do turn into a romantic kind of love, and some twin flame relationships can actually be marriages and things like that. But most of them do stay in the 5D, and you, as you grow and they grow and your counterpart grows, then you may get closer together, but it's really the journey. So I don't know what part you are in. It could be in the journey part, or somebody does something very chivalrous and out of the blue, and it could put thoughts into your head. I don't know, but there's something also very familiar and easygoing about this person. Let's see what the Enchanted Romance says. Oh, okay, we got the Three of Cups, which is the Romeo and Juliet card. But Three of Cups actually means the tryst. So, and another kiss. Look at that. There is a definite physical attraction here for sure. If it's more than that, who knows? But the physical attraction can be quite stunning, staggering, shocking. A pull that you didn't expect at all, that's so strong that it, you think to yourself, if I feel this strong about something, it's got to mean something. It's got to mean that there's something special about this person, And also the way you talk with each other, as if you've known each other forever, and then when you're together, you're connect, your energy together is just like this magnet. You just can't keep away. So that, now, if you're not in a connection like that yet, I feel like you're going to find somebody like that, whether that's twin flame, soulmate, or other. I would say, who cares? Enjoy it, and see it through. It could be, sometimes we do connect with people we shouldn't be with, but I don't feel like all journeys are unnecessary. I feel like some things are meant to be explored, and then you decide where's it going to go, or they decide where it's going to go. But anyway, let's see what their message is to you. This is the Enchanted Kiss, of course. A lot of kissing in this pile. And it says, I give up forever to touch you. All right, so for some of you, it is a 5D relationship that wants to come into the 3D. This could be a lot of, ooh, this is sexy. This is like, for some of you, this could be a remote connection, where you're with a twin flame in the 5D, but you feel each other. You can kiss each other in the 5D, like you can feel their arm around you. You can sometimes you can smell them. You can hear them in your ears ringing. You have a very psychic connection, could be, that is trying to pull you into the 3D. Whether that happens or not, I'm not really sure. We'll have to look some more. But remote sexual relationships can be quite fascinating and interesting. It's sex magic, something like that. But it can be super innocent too, just like reaching out and kissing. I know this sounds, hopefully this is not too much information, but even as a little girl, I would, like, I guess because I was into romance and Disney and things like that, but I imagine like a kiss, a kiss from a handsome prince, I don't know if you ever, as women, I know men, ever had that feeling, but I've always had sort of that romantic and spiritual connection, combined energy sometimes going on with me. Anyway, so here I am, the romantic fairy. Who knew? All right, so speaking of romantic and fairies, I have a card coming out now. This is from my upcoming Lenormand deck, and we have the fairy. This upcoming Lenormand deck is all fully ready to go. I just have to finish designing the booklet. I'm going to send it up and hopefully get it printed soon, in the next couple months, I guess. And so the fairy represents the lady, the woman, gentle lady. We have the gentleman and the gentle woman. And so basically it's the divine feminine. It's the querent if you're female, or if you're feminine, however you want to see yourself. You don't have to be a lady to be a fairy, but if you whatever you feel most that resonates, the fairy or the prince, then those are the two choices you have in the Lenormand deck, in my Lenormand deck anyway. And so so as the querent, and the prince now is in a different pile. You might want to go check out what the prince is doing, but the prince is reaching his hand out, and the fairy is about to place her hands on top of his. So it's almost like she's in perpetual motion, like she's about to answer yes. She's about to say, oh, and it makes me think of that scene from Aladdin, where the animated series, where Aladdin is saying, do you trust me? And she looks at him like, I think I know who you are, and if you're the guy that I know, I think I do trust you. Like, and she says yes, kind of tentatively, but still she does. Like, there's a part of her that's like, yeah. So this could be the familiar thing. It's like, have we met before? Very Aladdin Jasmine scene. So check that scene out. That's what's going on here. It's like he's coming to you in a different clothing or something about him. Something about him is different, but yeah, he seems so familiar. So it could be lifetime to lifetime. Like in a past life, you knew him, and something about him in this life seems exactly so similar to that energy. You just feel something familiar about this person from a past life. And like I knew, like maybe in the past life you were taller or shorter or had blonde hair, or I don't know, but something about you. And also a Beauty and the Beast energy. Like after he turns from the beast into the prince, all she has to do is look into his eyes and say, yes, you're the same person. She looks into his eyes. So there's a lot of things going on here. It could be past life energy, but it could also be like a person that you already know that's coming back into your life, but maybe he's made some changes, and then you're looking into their eyes and like you're the same, but you're different now, something like that even is happening here. But I'm getting sort of a bit of hesitation from the fairy, like, should I go through with this? Should I receive this energy? Should I accept his hand? Should I go down this path? That's kind of what I'm getting from her. All right, and then another card. This is from my upcoming tarot deck, and it's going to be like a fairy tarot deck with some archetypes. But this is also not an archetype. This is Justice, the Justice Fairy. And so basically Justice is justice. She is about fairness, balance, equality, wins coming into your favor. Justice is about could be the Libra season coming up, so it could be a timing hint to you. So Libra season coming in at the end of August, the end of September, the beginning of October. And Libra season, you're going to feel a lot of, like, if anything is tied up in a legal sense for you, and during Libra season, that's a really good news. Love situations do really well during Libra season as well. So love and legal and law, the love and the law. And so what I love about Justice is that she's not biased. She is letting go of any judgments or any preconceived ideas, and she's just allowing the moment to be, and she's being fair about it. And so I feel it could be a call to you. It's like, this person's coming through, So be fair. There's a really cool card in the Oracle deck, the Wisdom of the Oracle card, called Just to Be Fair. And what it's trying to say is that fairness is on both sides. You may have this criticism, that criticism, blah, 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 whatever, about love or about a person or about your circumstances or a situation. But Spirit is asking you to see both sides of the picture. Like, so yeah, people may be doing you wrong. Think about what you are doing. What are you projecting? What part are you, what is your responsibility in this? How are you making it better for yourself? So keep that in mind. But I definitely think that justice represents prizes and good things coming your way and wins in your favor and happy loves and things working out nicely for you. And it could also represent marriage, more marriage, like document type of marriage, so justice of the peace kind of marriage, or some kind of marriage situation where you have a paper or a document saying you're married, or smaller marriages that like elopements and things like that. Like, maybe Romeo and Juliet, if they hadn't gotten so mixed up with their mixed messages, and so dramatic about their choices, maybe they would have been able to elope and had a good time together, finally being able to be together. But so something got in the way, so fears got in the way. So don't let fear get in the way of your love. If you feel tentative about it, there could be a good reason, but also give everything the benefit of the doubt. All right, so let's see what your erotic enchantment is. You have tenderness. So, safe in your arms. This is a good message saying that you're going to be safe. This person is going to take good care of you, and you can surrender to them. You don't have to be afraid. You don't, they're going to take care of your heart, and they're not going to abuse you. They're going to care for you. And you can be feminine with them. You don't have to put up this very tough masculine front energy to protect yourself. You can be vulnerable and open up and be completely feminine. And when you're completely feminine, they will be very masculine, but not this toxic masculinity, not this hyper masculine, not macho. The masculinity that's present here, that shows represented in this card, is almost a feminine masculine. It's kind of like, when you have a man who's a caretaker, like if he cares for his mother or he cares for his kids or something like that, that man balances both the masculine and the feminine, because he has to do both jobs at once. And so that's the kind of person that that's you're kind of going to be with, I think. Somebody who's caring, who watches out for the little details of your life and helps step in. So whether this is twin flame or not, I don't know. I still don't know, but I do feel like it's a soul mate come back from a past life. It could be a soul contract. It could be, but it feels good. It feels so familiar. It feels comfortable. It feels very nice. And the other thing about the tenderness card kind of makes me think of the sub and the dom, and whether this is something that you're interested in or not, it doesn't really, that's not really the point. It's just the sub and the dom to me represent the extreme feminine and the extreme masculine. And certainly, there's been movies and books and things like that kind of really like take it to a different level, and of course makes it about sexuality. But to me, I see it more as a highly feminine, a highly masculine. So a very, very girly girl and a very masculine man. But the masculine man is still balanced with himself. He still has a tenderness. Like I just don't know. Like I see a lot of people out there that have that quality. They're masculine, yet they have this very kind, sweet tenderness about them. And then the woman can be very vulnerable, delicate even, but be strong and very secure within herself. To me, femininity doesn't mean being insecure. Like being able to surrender, being vulnerable, and being very feminine, and being confident. that's a good combination, and I think that could be what's happening with you in your journey. And if this is a twin flame journey, that could be the evolution that you're evolving into. You're really learning about what it means to be the true divine feminine here. It doesn't mean a lack of anything. It means a really good, strong balance within yourself. All right, so let's see what else we have. We have from the Enchanted Embrace, we have, you are the woman of my dreams, because somebody's been dreaming about you. And oftentimes when somebody dreams about you, you also dream about them, or you may hear from them, or you get like your ears start to ring, or weird sensations and things like that. And here is the Sentimental Silhouettes pastel version that I showed you from last year, and I said that I was going to make it iridescent, and I was all excited, but the iridescent is kind of cool, but still it's kind of hard to read, so I'm probably going to I'm making another version of this without the iridescence. Actually making it with the purple edge, which I'm very excited about. Okay, so, and this is a new card, so it's really cute on the phone. Reaching out. I feel like I'd like to give you a call. The sound of your voice is irresistible. So this is like, this used to be called His Feelings. So it could be like his message to you saying, you know, how do you feel? How does this person feel about you? If you're the feminine and he's the masculine, he's saying, I feel like I want to give you a call and I want to reach out to you, you know, and actually, you love the sound of your voice, you know. so there's that. You're very strongly connected. Let's see. Let's just give this a little cherry on top. And this is the characteristic card, so you could get a kind of clue of their personality, your person, or you, or y'all. Youthful, earth youthful, because this could also represent spirit saying that a good way to be with each other is playful, youthful, but still connected, you know, still grounded. So an earthy, youthful energy. I also I'm seeing people who don't, like girls who don't wear a lot of makeup, and I'm seeing guys who work outdoors and they're just kind of regular guys, you know. I see earthy and forever young people who do these things, but they never seem to age. You know, like they just are always together. So I see kind of a future like that for you with this person, like person. So if you're the feminine, let's just put it from that point of view, since most of you are. If you're the feminine, your masculine is going to be somebody who cares for you very sweetly, but is very masculine. Somebody who is very earthy. So it might be even rugged, like, but playful and funny and silly. And you enjoy being funny and silly with them. And you're also like, you're so less concerned about surface and unimportant physical things, appearances and things like that, because you feel so full of joy just being together and enjoying the earthy splendors of life together. So that's nice. And something like this feels very much like, I gotta find out the title from that movie. All right, this is my what I'm gonna do. I'm going to put it in the, if I can remember, I'm going to put it in the description box. So pile number 3, check the description box. You may know what movie I'm talking about, but I feel like you're going to have a movie connection, like this movie where this girl works on the farm and this guy too. Neither, you know, he's very rugged and handsome and sweet, and she's very delicate, but learning how to be confident, and I feel like it's going to be like that. And then you're going to be very earthy and work together in an earthy way. Yeah. All right. So let's see what your charms have to say. I put a bunch of new words back in here since last year. Let's see what you get. Let me get some words, okay. All right, you got special friend forever. We are special friends forever. Now, I know that doesn't sound too romantic, but I tell you what, a love relationship that can have a basis of friendship is really wonderful. Those kinds of relationships to me last a long time. Look at that, you got potion bottles. I feel like it could be something you make, it could be something you wear. Somebody might be smelling really good. I like good smelling people, but not overwhelming. Like this, it's a nice, subtle, good smell. It can be you. It smells beautiful. Like this dude is very sensual. Like maybe he likes the sound of your voice and the way you smell. And we have this compass with the saying, "Not all who wander are lost." Let me see if I can get that zoomed in. Yes. See, and so it could be like a travel energy. This could represent your north node. Like if you're sticking true to your north node energy, that could be really helping you on your journey. We have Pisces. Somebody Pisces. We with the Pisces we have, and Pisces women are, like, I would say, some of the most feminine femmes that are tough too, you know. Intuitive. We have Dobby, my little familiar, and we have the treble clef, which represents music. So there could be music connection, and there's angels watching over you. Oh, you got Cupid, so definitely falling in love with somebody, or falling over and over again with them. Angels really watching out for you. Angels been working in the background on this love story for you guys, so I'm excited for you. I think it's going to be very sweet, and I hope you like that. Thumbs up if you like it. Feel free to tap that thumb and you get a little confetti party. Also consider subscribing if you're not a subscriber, but thank you so much for being a subscriber. If you are, if you're a member, thank you also again for being a member. And if you're not, consider joining and being a member. You get some really good discount monthly readings. Also, you come out to my lives. Those are also very discounted ways to get some big readings. And then anybody who wants a full list of my prices and how to get a regular reading, just email me and I'll send you a price list out. And yeah, if you want to come out and meet me, anybody, I'm going to be at Enchanted Fairy Festival in Houston, Texas, coming up in November, so you can come out and see me. And if you mention this video, then I'll give you a free reading if you come out and see me. So I hope I see you there. Also, this is my channel anniversary, so if you comment in the comment section your name, you can get your name in a raffle, and you can get a free 30-minute reading that way, a $50 value. So there's lots of fun stuff coming up and more to come. More decks that I'm designing. If you don't see a lot of me and pick cards and stuff, it's because I've been busy behind the scenes making decks and stuff. But I definitely can give you private readings, and you definitely can come out during the lives and enjoy an almost, personal private reading, because just have a nice, sweet, small group of people, and it's really a lovely time. So I hope to see you there, and check out pile 1 or 2 as well. You can get a bigger, longer story if you want. There's a lot to see in the other piles as well that could be connected to this one. And so if you want to, that sometimes there's chapters. And speaking of chapters, that's what these are called. Like if you just hit the chapter down in the description box, this is a nice, easy way to get to the pile that you want. But I do definitely recommend you listening to more than one pile. It's fun. And so thank you again for being here, and thank you for being with me through all these 6 years of this channel. I've been having a great time. I love it, and this channel's like another little baby, and I enjoy being here. And I'll see you around, maybe at a live. Until next we meet, faith, trust, and pixie dust.